At us, yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joel Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access Television, inviting you to this March 7th, 2016 edition of Missoula Live.
And I'm Kim Anderson. I'm on the board of MCAT, and I'm also the Associate Director of Humanities Montana.
And we each have a bunch of guests to visit with.
Yeah.
Oops, the wrong page. I have a few announcements MCAT-wise. Kim, you have some for Humanities Montana. In today's show, we have Gwen Jones. She's waiting in the wings of our couch. Traolach O Riordain.
Traolach, always
Friends
fun.
of Irish Studies.
Yes.
Bob Giordano. He's waiting for someone. Emily Bentley. David Herrera. Nick Downs. Bree Sutherland are from the Western Montana Community Center. They're here to talk about the upcoming Black and White Ball fundraiser. Bob Moshum, and he's there with Frankie Feinstein for Habitat of Humanity because he's talking about the restore.
I thought it was Matt Moshum.
Oh, is he Matt? Yeah, and I guessed it right when I saw him.
Yeah.
Matt Moshum is here. And then Carl, we're putting him off.
Okay.
Colleen, Kernan, and Larry Kuchenreuther. Kuchenreuther. Well, he'll be here.
He'll tell us how to say
They're
his
both
name.
here from Missoula Aging Services because March is Meals on Wheels month. Okay, so here's my MCAT stuff. People, you're watching this on Monday, March the 7th. It will, however, be on for 2 more weeks.
Right.
We'll come back on the 21st with a whole new lineup of guests. So some of the things we talk about, they may be over. In 2 days' time, on March 9th, MCAT has its tour and training at 5:30 p.m. You don't have to pre-register. You just come down here, 500 North Higgins, and you could take maybe an hour and a half to see what equipment we have that you could borrow to make your own television show, YouTube thing. You have to attend this orientation in order to use MCAT equipment. So we try to make it painless anyway. 5:30 p.m., about an hour and a half, Wednesday, March the 9th. MCAT's fundraiser, the Pint
forgot
Night.
about this. This
I know, I
fun.
forgot to write the date. It's March the 16th, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the North Side Kettle House, as opposed to the one on 4th on the Hip Strip.
Right.
So this one is by the ZAC, and just on the other side of the railroad tracks. So if you want to support MCAT, a certain percentage of the purchases this very evening, Wednesday, March 16th, will go to MCAT from 5 to 8 p.m.
Kettle House has been so generous to
Yeah.
groups all over Missoula. I mean, it's really a nice thing. I have to learn to like beer, though.
Oh, you don't care for it?
No,
I
white
don't
wine's
really
out.
either.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes I like it, but not in any mass quantity. Saturday afternoon animation is jamming. Maybe after
this
Gwen
is so great.
goes, Scott will show this new preview thing he made on his phone. Oh yeah, you commented on Facebook.
I saw it. It's amazing.
It really is pretty dramatic.
Your kid could be working in Hollywood
Yeah,
this week.
it's pretty amazing. So this Saturday animation drop-in is $10 for 4 hours of having your child between the ages of 9 and 13. That's what they're saying. Though there was a 7.5-year-old here last Saturday just blowing everyone away.
Wow.
So they're suggesting your child be between 9 and 13. Come to MCAT Saturdays 1 to 5, and they do stuff with Play-Doh, not in the studio. The number of times I've been scrubbing this floor on my hands and knees, people, and I have a bad back
Not in your
because
job
they brought the
description. No.
But they could do that outside, and then in here they can use wireframe things, anything, as long as it's clean.
Right.
And anyway, you're invited to bring your child during that time. And then lastly, our summer camps are here. The first one starts in June. It is like a wildlife unit. You will go to Kate Davis's Raptors of the Rockies facility, a short distance south of town, and spend a day taking video of all the amazing raptors she has down there. In mid-July, more stop animation for a whole week. And then an unusual one at the end of July, a week-long zombie filmmaking.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So they're looking for older kids, or we're going to call them kids. We're looking for young adults
Young
between
adults.
the ages of 14 and 18 to do that one. Anyway, Scott was showing you the website. You can go to www.mcat.org, learn all about it, and I'll stop talking.
Busy, busy times at MCAT, yeah.
Did I say the St. Patty's?
No, you did not.
Okay, so there's one more thing. If you want to participate in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, you're welcome to be the casual observer. It will be this coming Saturday, March the 12th at noon. The assembly will be on the north end of Higgins and Spruce out here. And if you want to be part of MCAT's unit,
we're still gonna
we
have
are
our
still going to be in the
float,
parade.
and
We're going to have a
it's-
float with music, which is important for that parade.
Yeah.
And if you want to be part of it, get down here to MCAT about 11:30, because the step off is at noon.
I'll be there.
Okay.
All right.
That's all my stuff, I promise.
I'm fine. I think we
Okay.
should move right along and talk
Yeah?
to Gwen.
All right. Well, I would like to introduce you out there in television land to Gwen Jones, who is representative for Ward 3. Gwen, thanks so much for coming. Congratulations on winning your office.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been a whirlwind of the last, really 4 months ever since we won office. So thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So the purpose in asking you too was just to give people an idea of what it feels like to be in office, right? And so that you could spend time, at least electronically, with the constituency, not in the formality of a meeting procedure
Sure.
or what have you. So it's almost all yours, or we'll try to think of questions of a general nature, right?
I have a question right off the bat.
See?
Do you feel now that you've been sitting behind that desk for 2 months, do you feel like you were prepared, that you knew what you were getting into?
You know, I guess my experience is when you're campaigning, you're trying to educate yourself on the issues as best you can, but there are 50 to 70 issues that you really need to come up to speed on as best you can in a short amount of time, even if you're campaigning for months. So you delve in, you do the best you can, and then you win, which is great, and you sit down on council and you've got a little bit of your scaffolding up, a little bit of your frame of reference, but you start getting a lot more information. And what I'm looking forward to is a year from now, I'll know a lot more than I do even now. But
Right.
If you hadn't spent all of those months campaigning and educating yourself, it would have been very difficult to sit and feel like you even had any idea what was going on. So it all leads into it. But there's a ton of information, a lot of issues. Missoula is a very busy place right now.
That's what we were
Lot
saying
going
before
on.
we came in to do the show, right?
Yeah.
That
Yes.
there were a number of issues that seemed like they were very pressing and potentially divisive, that you could respect an opinion like yes, and you could respect an opinion, or they're so complex where it's not a yes or a no answer anyway.
Right. And in general, I'm lucky. I have Ward 3, which is, I can't say it's 100% unified, but when I campaigned and I knocked on lots and lots and lots of doors and talked to as many people as I could, there were definitely majority opinions on many of the big issues that were very straightforward. So that's nice. I feel like I have a mandate in many areas.
Yeah, that's my ward. So
There you go.
Me too, I'm
It-
Ward 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Because I'm all the way down, by the edge of the river. You're in the University District, and you
Okay.
also have some of the slant street and whatnot.
Right. So it's a big area, but I think it is, a lot of people are on the same page in that ward. I think other wards are far more varied in their opinions. We certainly have an eclectic ward,
Yeah.
but in general, a lot of the same values is what I experienced. So.
Do you hear a lot from people now that you're in office? Scott was showing the city website, and if you click on it, we'll link to, you can send an email to the whole council if you want. You can send an email to specific council people. Do you get a lot of feedback?
We do get a lot of emails. I have to confess, I'm so not a technical person, so I need to sit down with somebody and figure out how to work my email better, as in organizing it and things like that.
I wouldn't know either.
Ongoing issue, but how to cut and paste with it, things like
Right.
that. Yes, we do get a lot of email, and how should I say this? Some informative, some critical. It spans everything, especially when an issue is kind of a hot button. And then I also have my phone number down, and it's my home number, my landline, and my kids don't ever answer the phone. They all have cell phones. I'm it. And I can't stand to hear a phone ring, so I pick it up. If I'm home, I answer the phone.
So you're pretty available. The
So,
kids are
yeah,
not. but,
and I'm also pretty good. I just can't stand not returning emails or phone calls. It's just personality glitch, I guess. So I'm pretty good about that. But that can take a big chunk of time, especially if something's heating up.
Oh, I'm sure.
And like I said, you're never going to keep everybody 100% happy, but I think people appreciate feeling like they can connect with you and talk with you, even if you ultimately don't agree. It's much better than ignoring people. So
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
So Gwen, what got you interested in city government and made you want to take this step to become a ward representative? It's not for the money, we know that.
It's not for the
right.
faint-hearted anymore,
That's
apparently.
right. You know, I'm sure I talked about this with Joel this summer, but I actually went to law school 2 years after college. I went to law school with the intent of getting into city government, and then you meet your husband in law
Right.
school. I followed him to California. I had debt from law school. I worked in an insurance defense law firm. I mean, it's funny how life takes you on a different path, and you just do it. And then this opportunity arose. I'd been on the neighborhood council for 2 years, and kind of people talked to me, and I looked into it, and I was like, this would be wonderful. My kids are older. My eldest will leave for college this fall. It was a great opportunity for me, and it's nice. I'm 50. It's nice being 50 and bringing some things to the table, some life experience. So
Yeah.
my silver hair shows.
I guess that's true, because I had been remarking in my expanse of involvement of recording city council over the last 22
Yeah.
years. When I first started, everyone seemed much, much older
Yeah.
to me.
Now.
And there were a lot of retirees, and now I'm getting older than all the participants.
And we have a very eclectic group
Yeah, you do.
on city council.
I think there is a broader
Yeah.
array of kinds of people on council now than there was 22 years ago.
Well, there were a lot. I mean, I have to, to say they were all older is from a younger person's perspective.
Right.
There were a lot of
'Cause 50
people who
seemed
were.
old, yeah.
There were a lot of people who were retired.
Right.
Maybe half the council was over 65 20 years ago.
But that's kind of the nature of the beast because it's so time consuming.
It
takes a
And
lot
it
of time.
Doesn't.
It pays like part-time
Right.
and
Right.
not lavishly.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone's expected to do more.
So
Isn't that
We're
true?
lucky that we have
Yeah.
people like you who are willing to
Yeah.
donate that time.
I've really enjoyed it. I keep telling people, say, how do you like it? How do you like it? And I say, I'm really enjoying it. I keep waiting for a week when I say, oh, this is a bad week. But so far, I haven't
That's
had that. I
great.
really
Good.
enjoy it. And it's very, like I was saying, very eclectic group on city council, gender and age-wise and background. And everybody brings something different to the plate, which is a really good thing.
Yeah, gender-wise, the council is it 50-50 now, gals and guys?
It's a majority women, first time ever.
7 to 5 women, first
Right.
time ever.
On
I thought it was
100?
worthy of a story or something. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, no, it isn't. Because it's hard to be politically correct, right? Like, are you gender blind and say, well, no one has any special properties that they bring to a situation, whether they're feminine or masculine, so there's no story in the
That's
fact
right.
that there's, for the first time ever, more women than men
It's
on
still
council.
of historical note.
You got to make a note, like,
Yeah.
ding.
Well, I would point out it's the year 2016, and we have the first time ever majority of women on the council. And in 1916, 100 years ago, Jeanette Rankin was elected.
That's
Oh,
right.
So
there you go.
I just think there's a little serendipity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our humanities moment.
Oh.
There you go.
And Scott says we gotta go.
Scott's giving us
He's
a
like,
yeah.
oh, the heave-ho, we need the
Right.
next guest.
Well, this has been great. I hope we can do this with
Yeah,
other council
we are.
members. It's nice.
John had
Thank you
come.
for being first.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
you were out of
John.
town.
Oh, of course. I mean, well,
John
if I wasn't
DeBari.
here, it didn't really happen.
No, it didn't.
so,
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
I
thank
really
you,
appreciate
Gwen.
it and look forward to more coffee clatches.
Exactly, yeah, you
All right.
know where to find us every other
Okay.
Monday at 4. We're here. All right, you guys, we'll be right back. I can't remember who's coming out next, so be surprised. Scott, are you going to play your new PSA for them? So this is about our Saturday animation drop-in. Scott made it, and it's really pretty good.
It's
So
awesome.
watch this. We'll be right back.
Birthdays come and go, each year adding up to a lifetime full of extraordinary moments. At Missoula Aging Services, we promote the independence, dignity, and health of older adults. We are ready to help connect seniors to the help they need. Knowing you've got friends to support you, each birthday can be special. See how we can help. Call 728-7682 or log on to MissoulaAgingServices.org.
All right, we're back. Colleen Kernan is here with Larry Kuchenreuther.
Very good.
But we really know it's
I'm not even going to try anymore.
Kuchenreuther.
Kuchenreuther. See? So I'm glad you guys got to see that Missoula Aging Services PSA and the slogan, "We're proud of our years," because Colleen and Jack are here. Larry are here to talk about March being Meals on Wheels month.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's March for Meals, and that is the annual fundraising effort for Meals on Wheels all across the country. And of course, we here in Missoula, we participate with the fundraising effort. That it's our big campaign is during March. And we also will have several different events to raise monies. We will have Community Spirit Night at the Rattlesnake Creek Distillery. That is Tuesday, March 29th from 4 to 8. And 20% of the proceeds will go right towards our Meals on Wheels program, which is great. We're having a Jeans Day, Community Jeans Day, where about $5 per person, I believe that's the figure, but that also will go to our Meals on Wheels program. We were represented at the Women's Fair this past weekend. And our big event in March is our Community Champions Day, which will take place Thursday, March 24th. And that's when our mayor and several of our elected officials, they all come and
Gwen Jones, who is just here.
All right.
Michelle Kerr, she's Ward 6.
Yep.
Julie Armstrong, 5. So you got council people, county commissioners.
And Deb Franson representing Senator Tester.
Oh, good. Okay.
Is the governor coming?
the governor was hoping to come, but he had a conflict, so we're hoping that we can get him out to deliver meals another day.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But he still will be making a presentation in support of our program.
Oh, good.
And the Community Spirit Night at Rattlesnake Creek Distillers, that's similar to like what I was talking about for MCAT, right? A portion of all of the sales at that night or during that period of time, 4 to 8, will benefit the Meals on Wheels program.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So all of the activities that are going on this month, and there's so many of them, are kind of dual purpose to raise money, because it costs money to do this great work, and then also to raise awareness, right? And
Yes.
get new volunteers, new people involved.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep, absolutely. We're always recruiting for drivers, like-minded individuals who want to help our homebound seniors and disabled adults here in Missoula County. That's the population that we serve, are those who are homebound. And I'll let Larry talk a little bit about, Larry's been volunteering for us for 6 years, right?
5 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the clients that we provide meals for, I mean, they're not all housebound. Some of them just don't want to cook or don't know how to cook. So it provides them with the nutritional meal that they need for the day. But we get to go out as drivers and make contact with these people. Some of them are homebound, so we might be the only person that they see all day long.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's outside of the household, and if there's no one there, then we are their contact with the outside world.
And actually, Larry, all of our clients are homebound to a certain degree.
Oh, they are?
Yep, whether that means that they can't get to the grocery store or if they have difficulty with food prep. So some of the folks that may not appear to be homebound are to a certain degree. And hence, therefore, qualify for the Meals on Wheels program.
Oh, I
but
see.
you're 100% right. All of our volunteers, like when Larry, like he was just saying, when our volunteer drivers get there right around the noon hour, for many of our clients, they don't see anybody else throughout the day. And,
Oh, that seems sad.
and Larry and our other drivers, we provide that daily check-in, which is so important.
Yeah.
It's like a wellness check
Yeah.
too,
That's
right?
right,
Like,
yeah.
are your meds okay? Do you need a hospital visit or?
Well, we don't go that far, but if a person did have questions about their meds or if they needed to get to the doctor, then certainly our drivers would call 911 and get them the assistance that they needed.
Sure, sure. And what's the experience like for you, Larry?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a cliche that we actually feel better than the clients do by doing it, but it's very true. I mean, we feel so good doing it. And the experience of meeting the people, both the clients that we're serving and the other volunteers, is it's something I look forward to every day.
Sure.
And I drive 3 days a week, so
Wow, that's a
it's
lot.
like a coffee clutch
Yeah.
down in the morning before we get
I
started.
bet it is. You must develop relationships with clients
Oh,
and
yeah.
We do.
volunteers.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah,
We
we
have-
definitely do.
Our crew, we have about 120 volunteer drivers, and like I said, we're always looking for like-minded people who want to get out and help get our seniors good food and
Yeah.
help them stay in their homes longer. Because that's the other side of the Meals on Wheels program, is it really enables people to stay in their homes longer, so that they don't need to go to a skilled nursing facility or a nursing home, assisted living facility, these sorts of things, which certainly are super helpful when a person is at
But
that point.
much
in-
more
Yeah,
expensive,
it is much more
and-
expensive, and who doesn't want to stay in their home for
Yeah.
as long as they can?
Of course. So the other side of that, just so we don't forget, is the donation drive. And
Yeah,
can
you said that was
explain
very
how that
important.
works?
Yes. Well, we have, people can pick up donation forms if they'd like to go and collect and fundraise for the program right at Missoula Aging Services. That's at 337 Stevens. And the number there is 728-7682. Of course, a person could also go on to our website, which is www.missoulaagingservices.org.
Right.
And download a form if they'd like to do that, and then bring the monies that they raise just right back to Missoula Aging by the end of the month. And that's great. Our program here in Missoula, less than 50% of our funding for our Meals on Wheels program comes from the federal government. So,
Really?
yeah, and
Didn't
we
know it
are
was that low. That's
yes, which is great because it enables us to not have a waiting list. So pretty much if a person qualifies and they meet the criteria to receive Meals on Wheels, we can get that to them. We can
Wow.
get that to them without a waiting list, which a lot of Meals on Wheels programs across the country just can't survive without a waiting list. So that's really good. But we are shooting to raise $40,000 this month alone.
wow.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yes, and I'm very confident.
No, I know it's doable. It is.
Our community, as you guys know, is just
Yeah.
so wonderful and very, very generous in helping keep our seniors independent. And it really, how to say, well, our mission really says it all. We promote,
Yeah.
at Missoula Aging Services, we promote the independence, dignity, and health of all older adults and the people that care for them. And so in helping with the Meals on Wheels program, whether it's through donation or volunteering, what have you, we're helping people stay independent. And I just think that's
Oh, it's huge.
fantastic. And our community is also fantastic,
Yeah.
as you know. Very giving
And
community here.
If we're lucky, we will all be old someday.
Right.
If we're not already.
Privilege. We're not going to complain about our
Right.
privilege.
If you're lucky, you will be old someday.
Yeah.
So this is a service that you should start contributing to right now.
Yeah, and the push is on right throughout this month of March.
Yep, March for Meals. Join the march.
All right.
Yeah. Well, thanks, both
Yeah.
of you, for taking the
And
time,
thanks for
Larry,
being such a
Colleen.
great volunteer.
Oh, thank
yeah.
you very much.
Yeah, that's a wonderful contribution.
Thank you.
Thanks, Colleen.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you knew it. So we'll be right back. I know Bob might be out there, Giordana from
Right.
Free Cycles. We're still expecting David Herrera and his people from the Western Montana Community Center, and Traolach O Riordain for the Irish Studies
That's
and the
right.
St. Patty's Day Parade.
And Habitat for Humanity.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I know.
So we'll be right back. I guess we better move it along. See you soon.
At Missoula Aging Services, you'll always be greeted with a warm welcome. Whether you are caring for an aging loved one or you're an older adult yourself, our friendly staff is ready to connect you to the help you need. You will always get unbiased advice, a free assessment of your needs, and personalized information about the resources available. See what we can do for you Call 728-7682 or log on to MissoulaAgingServices.org.
Buckle up, Montana. Life is a ride you want to stay on. Send a buckle up reminder to a friend at plantolive.mt.gov.
Sergeant Greg Amos with the Missoula Police Department. I'd like to talk a little bit about something I see downtown routinely, and that is pedestrians crossing against the pedestrian heads. So I'd just like to explain what is actually legal. You cannot begin crossing in the crosswalk when it's either flashing and in the countdown or solid red. The only time it's legal to begin crossing in that crosswalk is when the white crossing sign is displayed. What the countdown is for, and the only thing that's there for, is to tell you how much time you have to finish crossing the street, presuming that you started when it was legal to do so.
I'm Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
For the last 30 years, the Montana Hope Project has been granting wishes to Montana children who face life-threatening illnesses.
I'm Montana Hope.
To make a donation and help their wishes come true, please visit montanahope.org.
We are Montana Hope!
You can say, oh. And we're back. We're back with Bob Giordano. He's here with Emily. Oh, Emily, what's your last name?
Jensen.
Emily Jensen. Mm-hmm. And they are representing Free Cycles Capital Campaign. As you loyal viewers might know, Free Cycles has an opportunity to buy the building that they've been renting for many years, and they need to raise a lot of money. And to help you understand why is the reason they've come to visit.
Yeah, thanks, Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's going on? How is it going?
It's pretty incredible, the amount of support and energy that's been building over the last few months. This is a quick campaign.
Yeah.
The property was very close to being sold and bulldozed, turned into condominiums or something else. That's the way development happens. Mm-hmm. And this is back in November, and the landlords gave us a chance. They said, well, we'll give you till May to raise $1.1 million. And you can be the next proud owner of this 2 acres and 28,000 square foot building. So we've been laying a lot of groundwork. We've got 20 to 30,000 built up, but right now is when we're going to start this very wide ask, crowdfunding and events and bike rides and you name it. We've probably been working on it to raise money.
Yeah, because you have 2 months or so to go, 2.5 months.
Till Mother's Day.
Okay.
Wow.
May 8th.
Well, that's so poignant. Oh my gosh, till Mother's Day.
Well, it has to be, on the one hand, terrifying, but on the other hand, exciting. I mean, an opportunity to own your space and to let all of Missoula and Missoulians take part in it and help.
In the summer, we have sometimes 200 people a day, and these are all walks of life, from rich people to poor people, homeless, kids, at risk, and everyone mixes. And that's great, but sometimes it's a bit tight. If you've ever been to Free Cycles in the warmer months, it's crowded. So this will enable us not just to buy our piece of the property, but have a great expansion and do more social cycling services, as we like to say.
Social cycling services is terrific. Do you think we should show the clip?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, Scott, they're ready to show the clip. He's scurrying over to the machine.
We're from
There it goes.
which is a homeschool cooperative here in town in Missoula. And they invited us to come and do a 8-week program where the kids can come and learn about bikes and building and repairing bikes and then make their own bikes.
My name is Bob Giordano. I'm the programs director for Free Cycles. Have been doing this for almost 20 years. Free Cycles started in 1996 with some graduate students wanting to address air pollution in Missoula, broken and unwanted bikes, and community involvement.
I'm on work restrictions, so I
You know, I can't work for people because of the epilepsy. So I come down here and spend all my time down here. Let's look in this one too.
More and more we're doing outreach, inreach, working with kids. Classes come here. We go to schools. For a month we've had 16 homeschool students come for 2 hours. They do a little community service. They help us upkeep the shop. We teach them what we can. A lot of them are pretty sharp. They pick it up right away. Free Cycles has received nearly 35,000 donated bikes since 1996. We've given away half of those bicycles for free. We've sold a couple thousand. We've repurposed a couple thousand into bike trailers, parking racks, art projects, sculptures.
Yes.
Kind of the heart of
We're good.
Okay, we're back. So while it was running, I was saying maybe Bob should explain to people the mission of Free Cycles overall, so that they understood, you know, the public benefit part.
Yeah, well, that video went into it a little bit. We started by wanting to reduce air pollution, and what better way than take unused bikes and then involve people. So it started environmental, but now it's much more social justice even, and that's one reason Emily's on board with us. She's getting her practicum in social work.
Oh, great.
So, yes, bachelor's practicum. Just incredible addition to have with us. A lot of the challenges we have, it's not fixing bikes, it's how do people work together.
Right.
And we can learn how to fix the world if we work together and fix bikes.
So Emily, what is your time at Free Cycles like? What are you doing?
Well, yeah, it's essentially just helping with that social work lens. A lot of it is trying to figure out, you know, what are the best policies, what are the benefits to the community, how do we work through those challenges. So yeah, my passion is just working with the people, but then being an avid cyclist myself and you know, wanting to work on sustainability issues, I try to come in with both those lenses, I suppose.
Interesting.
Nice.
But yeah, since we're such a small organization at the moment, it's kind of just anything I can help with.
Yeah,
to keep us going and
because
expand.
I mean, you're still fulfilling that primary mission, providing free bicycles for anyone who wants one.
Yes.
So you have the repair and the maintenance classes, and you bring in parts, and you can make up bikes from donated parts and all that other stuff.
Yep, anyone can build a free bike after volunteering 4 hours. Unless you're 10 years of age or younger, you don't have to do the volunteering. But even the little kids like to pick up parts and sort nuts and bolts and washers, and it's pretty heartwarming just to work with little kids because they get very creative and they smile so big when they get a bicycle.
Community things are kind of trippy. You know, MCAT is similar on our public element, you know, where we're here and we're saying, okay, here are these cameras you can check out for free if you want to craft a message of your own. And being in that position, you get to see very unusual parts of a society compared to a kind of
more corporate.
Yeah, or just capitalists or what have you, you know, where there are goods and services being exchanged for money, and that script in the store is a fairly narrow script. Like, this is the stuff I want. How are you doing today? Here's the money. Yeah, nice to have. Yeah, you know, next. And so that script is very tight.
Yeah.
And these scripts are different. Like, you're engaging people, but I don't know if it's because the product is free or because it's unusual. You get this very broad swath of humanity that you don't ordinarily see.
And people are, rather than exchanging some bills or a check or a credit card, they're giving their time and their expertise, and so you're sharing more intimate things, I think.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
too.
we find some people have some incredible expertise. Even people who have been labeled disability, I'm starting to say diffability.
Yeah.
Because they bring to the table, they bring to our shop things that others can't, and it's just really great. You just let that unfold with some bit of boundary, and that's always the challenge. But I love MCAT, community access. In your title is, so we're kindred spirits.
So we have a few months to make all of us
make some dreams come
and make
true.
a difference to this important project.
Right.
How can we do it?
Well, we're going to launch crowdfunding here very soon on a site called CrowdRise. Everyone's heard of Kickstarter. That's not for nonprofits, so we're going to use CrowdRise. Anyone can go to our website right now and make a donation, freecycles.org, I'll challenge the viewers to do that right now.
We've got it up right now.
Yes,
yeah.
and we have a contribute or a donate button. And maybe be prepared for someone to knock on your door. You said you got a knock.
Yes,
that's
a lovely
pretty
young woman
amazing.
knocked on our door last weekend, and we chatted about it.
Good.
And we wished her luck.
But we also want, we need volunteer power, and our
Okay.
email's on our website. So it's all kinds of help that we're going to need so we can keep helping Missoula.
Right. And don't put this off, because
No.
it
Yeah,
has
there's
to
Mother's
happen
Day.
really soon.
Yeah, spring is kind of here. and
Right.
So now the bikes are coming out, and
Yeah.
of course we're going to be around pumping up tires and chain lube.
And you need the money.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Free
good
Best
luck.
of luck.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you both
Thank
for coming.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Emily. So we still have 3 guests to go. I
think so.
We better go. So here's a very short PSA, and we'll be back with the next guest. Stay with us.
Team versus team.
That's as good as it gets.
Oh man, I've never had more fun my whole life.
Daddy's had a beer. I'm gonna go to another one, Dad.
This your card?
No, Lamorne, stop doing magic. You're not good at it.
Guys! Oh, dude! There's a bear in your other room here.
What? Oh, that's just the big, angry, hungry bear. Just pretend it's not there.
Oh, really? And it'll just go away? What are you talking about?
No, I don't think it's going anywhere, but I don't know what to do about it, so I just ignore it.
So it's not dangerous, right?
Define dangerous. It's a bear. But, you know, it's not gonna eat all of us. It only eats like 1 in 5s. 1 in 5? I said only 1 in 5, so we're fine.
That's a lot, man. That means one of us is gonna be east.
Statistically. That doesn't mean one of us. It means 1 in 5 people get eaten.
You're doing something about this, man.
Hey, what do you want me to do about it? You guys know the old saying, bears will be bears.
That's not a saying.
Lamorne, a bear will be a bear, so...
You can't just blame the bear, not when it's attacking 20% of the people who come here.
20%? I said 1 in 5.
Yes, that's 20%.
No, it isn't. It's 1 in 5, you math nerd. Let's pile on this guy.
Dude, you gotta get rid of this thing. Or at least warn us that there is a bear in the other room, man. We gotta look out for each other. What are you doing?
Hey, what happens between you guys and the bear is none of my business.
Wait, how is this none of your business, man? 1 in 5 people are gonna get attacked by this bear!
God, you're overreacting. The bear's not gonna eat all of us. It'll be less than a quarter of us.
None of us should die!
And it affects us all, Jake. 1 in 5. How can you ignore something so important? How can I protect your friend? 1 in 5, 1 in 5.
The majority is fine, and I don't want to deal with this problem.
Hey, we're back. Matt Moshum and Frankie Feinstein are in the studio to talk about 2 intertwined entities, Habitat for Humanity and its fundraising arm called the Restore. Thank you, and thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you know
Thanks
it.
for having us.
So you want to explain about Habitat for, I mean, who doesn't know
Yeah.
Habitat for Humanity, but maybe.
Humanities Montana is called Habitat for Humanities Montana all the time.
Okay, that's a good
So
indication.
you're a lot more famous than we
Well,
are.
and
So-
we get the Humane Society card
That's
too.
right.
Wow, so maybe you do need to explain it. Somebody posted on the Facebook, my friends, Nancy Reagan died, 3 people. Who is that? Is that your mom? That kind of thing. So,
Well,
can't assume
I
stuff.
think everyone does know what the Habitat for Humanity. They may not always know that there is one in Missoula. People that know move away, new people move in, and so, in fact, this is our 25th year. We're celebrating our 25th anniversary, and it also coincides with the building of our 50th and 51st home in Missoula County.
Great.
Amazing. I had no idea that there were that many.
Yeah.
That's great. 2 a year.
Well, we are going to do 2 this year and possibly up to 3 next year. So we're in a really good place, and building will start probably the 1st of May. We'll start taking volunteers on site, so we can always use more volunteers. And then I was just going to add that about a year and a half ago we started our Habitat Restore, which is a funding source for our organization. And Matt came on just last November to take over the reins there. So
Now this sounds intriguing. I haven't been to Restore. There we have it up on the website.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a reusing, repurposing building supplies.
It
right?
is, yeah. We sell home furnishings, we sell tools, building supplies, paint, cabinets, lumber, shower surrounds, kind of a bit of a mix of whatever we get that we can resell.
Scott's running the tape.
Oh, we're looking
Looks
at
really
the
pretty. It's a
space.
view
It's
of East
beautiful.
Missoula on the street looking down
And
towards
it's huge.
Sentinel.
Yeah.
It better be, right? Oh, wow. It's really big.
and we're just on the other side of Mount Jumbo, just around the corner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a lot of furniture.
look at all
I've
the
got to get over there.
furniture.
And do people donate these materials to home?
Yeah, people donate the materials. We get some donations from corporate entities. Lowe's donates quite a bit of material to us. Local furniture stores, Conlin's, Hunting and Gathering, they've been great to donate quite a bit of goods for us to resell. And, you know, it's an opportunity to fund Habitat for Humanity, and it's also an opportunity to get people things that they need to improve their homes at a discounted price. Makes it affordable for everyone. So yeah,
It saves the landfills too.
Exactly. Well, and
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
there are a lot of people out there like me, and I'm a scavenger. I like to go find something that someone's thrown away and use it.
Yeah.
So,
It gives you an extra satisfaction knowing it's going to such a good cause.
right. So to know that you're doing that and you're helping Habitat for Humanity is great.
There's a wonderful array of stuff there.
Yeah, you
There's
have a
also
lot of
now
housewares,
appliances and
yeah.
things. Skis.
he went everywhere.
And these specialty lighting.
Specialty light, and the labor force there is almost entirely volunteer. So it's the same. Then the same thing is the case for the homes we build. I think we have a crew of probably 12 rotating volunteers that are there on a weekly basis. So
it's a great opportunity too for people to volunteer.
Yeah.
If they want to volunteer in the store, they can handle all this stuff. And some people like that kind of furnishings. And,
I wouldn't be that helpful on the construction site, but I could do something more appropriate.
Yeah,
for
maybe
me in
the store.
Yeah.
That's really true. So do people just contact you through the website to volunteer
or to donate?
Yep.
Yes.
For both things.
Yep. They can contact us through the website. They can give us a call. They can follow us on Facebook and
Excellent. You know, an MCAT employee is in a Habitat for Humanity home.
Wow.
They were working this show before we got the robotic cameras, maybe 13 years ago.
Oh.
And I can't remember who was who was being the director at that time. But they came to the show, and the cameraman's like, "This sounds really good," and they're in a Habitat home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly, people. I mean, there are requirements to qualify to be a Habitat family, but people don't think that they would qualify, or they think someone else deserves it more. And it's just a great opportunity for people who may not qualify for a traditional mortgage.
Right.
At the end of it, you still have a mortgage to pay, so there has to be some income, but it's a great way to get people into their own homes and affordable.
Well, in a market like Missoula's especially, it's an absolute necessity. Because
It's expensive here.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Compared East Missoula, just go further this way or that way.
Yep.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad you know about
thanks
this
so
place.
much for coming by.
Absolutely.
And what are the
Thanks for
hours?
having us. Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 4.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, yeah, that is good to
Just
know.
drive out to East
Concise.
Missoula and around the corner of Mount Jumbo.
Right. Well, because it's
Right on the
it's a
main
big
road.
store on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exit 107.
Okay.
Head east.
If you hit the big thing, you've gone too far.
The Conoco station, yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
You can't miss it.
Yeah, thank you both for coming. And good luck with
Absolutely.
the fundraising arm of Restore. It looks really promising.
It really does.
It really does.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're most welcome. All right, you guys are going to be back really soon, right after another little clip. We'll have the next guest for you.
Sergeant Greg Amison with the Missoula Police Department. I'd like to talk a little bit about bicycles riding on the sidewalks in the city of Missoula, which we see a lot because Missoula is a very bike-friendly town. I would just like to let bicyclists know that they do have to yield to pedestrians on the sidewalk safely because they travel faster than a pedestrian, so they do have to do that in a safe manner. And then when you get to a crosswalk, you are actually required to slow your bicycle down to what would be called a pedestrian pace, and you cannot begin crossing until it's safe to do so.
Here's your bear spray, babe.
I don't need it. I can outrun them. Look, I ran track in high school.
No, you can't. You're not supposed to run from bears. And you did the shot put.
Okay, I'll spray down.
What? No, don't spray it!
My face is burning! My face is burning now!
When hunting in bear country, understand it puts you at risk. Be smart, be safe, be bear aware.
Welcome, my friends, to Missoula Community Access Television, MCAT. And here every Saturday afternoon, we're having a drop-in animation camp, and where you can do such wonderful things as do animating things of great all endeavors, like make Legos come to life. Or like this. Just do that. It'll be amazing. Here at MCAT, 500 North Aiken, Suite 105, every Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Oh, we're back. Yeah. We're back with Traolach O Riordain. He's here to talk about St. Patrick's Day, which is coming up, and of course the Friends of Irish Studies and Irish Studies at the University of Montana. Welcome back, Traolach. Thank you
so much, Joe, and thanks again for having me here.
It's been too long.
Holiday, right?
This is it, yeah. This is when everything goes green and everybody dresses in green.
Yeah.
And everybody actually sends some green. I couldn't mind yourself.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to love this holiday, even growing up in Ireland, because it was kind of not just because it was St. Patrick's Day and it was like Thanksgiving here, but it marked the gateway into the summer.
Yeah.
When you came out that long winter, you hit St. Patrick's Day and went through, people were planting, everything was going green, and there was a perceptible change in the mood. It went up. Summer's coming.
Yeah.
Do you find that true in Missoula too?
Not quite, because it's insane over here, because St. Patrick's Day is a totally different thing. It's a big celebration. It's a big, actually it's an Irish-American event anyway. They were the first to celebrate it, and they do it in their own way, and it's a lot of hard work, but it pays off because of the St. Patrick's Day celebration, the support of the community. We have the largest Irish Studies program west of the Mississippi. It's here in Montana.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
So what is the Irish Studies program and the Friends of Irish Studies doing for St. Patrick's Day?
Well, we've got a whole list of things. So we actually have a talk on the night of Friday, March the 11th, on the relationship between Ireland and America, because a lot of what happened in Ireland from the late 1700s onwards came out of America. Matter of fact, people argue that modern Ireland is a creation of the Irish-American imagination. Without them, there'd be no 1916, a war of independence. Oh yeah, they came up with
They're saying you mean the Yanks did it, why can't we kind of thing?
Well, the Yanks did more than that, because the Yanks actually came up with a whole new... The Irish got freedom of the press, the power of the pen, and they formulated a whole new kind of a nationalism that brought culture and politics together, a political cultural movement that created the Gaelic League, Sinn Féin, and led to the 1916 Rising, which was to implement the Fenian program. Who were the Fenians? They were here in America.
Right.
Our boy up here in Helena, Thomas Francis Meagher, was a Fenian.
Yeah.
And they were something special, these guys, because they didn't last very long. They were established in 1858. And they kind of constituted themselves like an independent republic within America, and they acted that way. They invaded Canada twice. They also organised a rebellion, a rising back in Ireland that failed. Then they had two of their leaders who were Irish-American veterans of the Civil War being taken to be tried and hanged, so they broke into the prison wagon, freed the two of them, got him out of there. There were another 6 sent to Australia, so they got a whaler, went down there, violated the sovereignty of the British Empire again, and freed 6 of them, and basically announced to the world that, hey, Irish nationalism has gone international, and it changed English policy in Ireland.
Isn't it amazing?
It's a pretty wild story.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a talk covering all that in detail.
Well, there's going to be talk about the relationship between Ireland and America. That's Friday, and that's going to be the Kettle House North Side at 6:30.
We know it. We're having a fundraiser there the 16th.
You go,
Everything's happening there.
You go up there, listen to this, have a few beers and ask questions. The speaker is Dr. David Fleming from the University of Limerick.
Oh.
And then on Saturday morning, we're having Mass at 8 o'clock. I want to see both of you down here. It's St. Patrick's Day, so it's appropriate we celebrate the saints.
Clean faces.
Exactly. And then at 11 o'clock, the lineup for the parade. It leaves at noon. Then at 2 o'clock, the Rhino Bar, so famous for Scotch whiskey, has come to its senses. They're having an Irish whiskey tasting down there.
All right.
At 2 o'clock. About time they snapped out of that coma they were in. Kevin Hay, don't get me started. And then at 2:30 we have a hurling game, as you know. The UM Grizzly Hurlers are national champions, and they're going to perform at Loyola Sacred Heart Ramfield. And then that evening at 6 o'clock, the great gathering of the Irish is at the Holiday Inn Parkside. Come along, you're going to meet people you probably haven't seen in a while. It's a chance to renew old friendships, acquaintances, talk, listen to some great music, watch some great dancing, and support the Irish Studies program.
Excellent.
So, and that's basically going to wrap it up. And then we have all our sponsors here again, who we're so grateful to have helped us out again in the way they do.
Now, the dinner is a fundraiser, and it's probably a ticketed event, right?
It is.
How can people get those tickets?
You can go online to friendsofirishstudies.com and buy them online. You can get them at the door. They're $30 each. So
But you're getting dinner.
You're getting corned beef and cabbage and lashings of it. You know? And it'll be
Plus the entertainment.
Right.
Plus the entertainment. And there's a silent and live auction as well. And there's art. There was some artists again have painted some pieces, you know, kind of capturing their sense of Ireland, their experience of Ireland and the Irish. And there's a silent and live auction with the usual, with, you know, things like floating trips and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all
The stuff that people bid on.
The stuff that people bid on, and it all goes to a great cause. You got to help the Irish out every once in a while, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it is important because Irish Studies has grown and has done such amazing things in this part of the state, and it doesn't happen without people supporting it.
No, it's the community, really. They're the ones who are driving it. The community and through the Friends of Irish Studies have made the program the largest one west of the Mississippi. I mean, without them, we wouldn't have the kind of program that we have. We are so fortunate to have this community here, such a general. But anyway, I've said that about the Irish of Montana anyway. The Consul General, I mean, it wouldn't be, he didn't use exactly parliamentary language for,
right.
Yeah, we got a huge grant from the Irish government to collect the oral histories of the Irish, and we beat out other places, you know, that like in Massachusetts and in California and New York. And I asked why, and he says, because up in Montana, ye get S done. Okay.
Nice.
That's why.
That's right, and it's happened.
Yeah, you got, I mean,
going
you absolutely, you look at the Irish government and the way they talk about Montana. Montana, as far as they're concerned, is the most energetic and creative program that they deal with.
Oh, well,
You
that's
know?
something to be proud of.
Because there's
and
a
to
lot of
support.
exchanges, right?
There is a lot of exchanges going on, and the other thing they do as well, I mean, we get 2 Fulbright teachers where every other college gets 1, you know, and I mean, others have looked for them, but they don't get them. We get them.
It's impressive.
You know?
Yeah.
And again, we, through the Fulbright and the Irish government, we got the history professor we have now. So there's I mean, the program here is held in very high esteem in Ireland and in the Irish government.
So that's something to be really proud of.
It is. Well, what we got to do is get out there now.
You started it all.
Well, there was a few of us involved in it. You know? But what we got to do is get it out there to the great Irish American community. There's 40 million Irish Americans out there.
Yeah.
You know, and let them know, because, you know, you got 64,000 members of the AOH meeting on a Tuesday night every month, and they're not doing it to kill time. They're the ones, and a lot of these guys are very, very wealthy, but also they have kids and grandkids who are going to decide what's college, and there's nothing would make them happier to know than that their kid or grandkid is going to a university that enables that kid to study her or his culture, heritage, history, as well as do the major of their choice. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, we have 5 minutes and one more guest.
I better get out of here.
I know. So it's this
All right.
Saturday. Go to
Yes.
the website and get all the whole long list of events.
This Saturday, March 12th, and it's going to run all day. So put on the green and come out and enjoy yourself.
with the Mass at St.
Yeah,
Francis.
and the night before, actually, a fascinating lecture.
The lecture
Exactly.
sounds really
and
good.
that's at the Kettle House on the north side.
Correct.
Right.
It's up.
Got it.
Yeah. So, well, thank you
All right,
both.
thank you. We'll see you soon. I
Thank
hope.
you, Kim. Yeah, thanks,
come
Joel.
back sooner.
I will, of course. I've been mean to do it, to terrorize you. You know.
Glad I thought of
Yeah.
it. Okay, you guys, we'll be right back. A brief message and
Very
then the
brief.
last guests of this show.
A great day for me includes a walk outside with my wife.
My great day includes reading a good book.
A great day for me includes the morning crossword puzzle.
My great day includes playing the piano.
As you grow older, Missoula Aging Services can help direct your aging journey with a new Options for Better Aging program. Give them a call at 728-7682 to find out more.
Come on, guys. Rolling? Good. When hiking in bear country like this, it's important to remember your essentials, like bear spray and knowing how to use it. Liam, where's my bear spray?
I put it in the bottom of your pack.
I didn't mean... How am I supposed to get it quickly?
When adventuring in bear country, remember, bring bear spray and know how to use it. Hike in groups, make noise, and don't run. Be bear aware.
Can you spot the person with a brain injury? How about here? Or here? You can't always see a brain injury. There are people all around us with brain injuries. Meet Adeline, who suffered a fractured skull from a sledding accident. This is Glenn, who fell from his work truck. Missy was the victim of a random act of violence. Join Brain Injury Alliance of Montana March 30th for Bowl for Brain Strong. For more information and volunteer opportunities, please visit biamt.org.
I have the power.
I have the power.
I have the power.
I'm Attorney General Tim Fox. You have the power to report suspected child abuse. All it takes is one phone call to 1-866-820-KIDS. If you even suspect child abuse, call.
You have the power to protect Montana's kids.
This message is brought to you by the Montana Attorney General's Office, the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services, and Northwestern Energy.
Yourself if you turn
Here we
over.
are.
Well, we're back. I was just saying to David he could see himself if you look over your shoulder
Right.
on there.
But it's not a good idea to watch yourself while you're talking. I get
guess not.
distracted all the time.
Right, so I want to introduce David, Nick, and Jackson. They're here representing the Western Montana Community Center, and in particular because the fundraising event, Black and White Ball, is coming up this month. So do you want to explain to people the center and then move on to the fundraising event?
Sure. So the Western Montana LGBT Community Center is like the only, well, it's actually now there's another community center in Great Falls. So we used to be the only community center in Montana.
That's great.
We have one in Great
Good.
Falls that just started last year. So
Oh, I
it's
didn't know
awesome.
that.
But yeah, it's the longest we've been around for, I think 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
And this is our signature event. So this is the event that actually helps keep the doors open. It's the largest fundraising event that we do every year. And it's also probably the most fun event. So it's an opportunity for folks to get dressed up and come out and have a great time. We have a live band this year, Band in Motion will be playing for us.
That's the name of it? Band in Motion?
Band in Motion, yeah. And then we'll have a DJ afterwards and lots of food and silent auction as well. That's a big part of the event. So it'll be fun.
Excellent. And I can't remember, is it at Doubletree?
It'll be at the Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn Parkside.
Right.
Okay.
Downtown.
So yeah, great location. You can.
Yeah, because it has the beautiful greenery right outside the back.
Yeah.
I don't know how warm it's going to be, but we'll see. So
Hopefully a little better.
Black and White Ball, people think formal. Should they think formal again? Or can they just be dressed casually in black and white, or do you want ties, tails, evening gowns?
Take
that kind
advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah, well, I would
it's
think,
called
but-
a ball, people.
You're gonna go all
Yeah, it's semi-formal as well as formal, but we also are doing a theme, and so our theme this year is the Roaring 20s, and so we're gonna have a lot of
nice.
people dressing up in 20s attire, and Yeah, and going all out with the theme.
Get out
this
those
year.
flapper gowns.
Exactly.
I mean, guys' fashion does change, but when you think of guys' formal wear, I think the 70s stick out to me, right? I would be like, well, okay, that's a tuxedo from the 70s.
just you.
But aside from that, I mean, if somebody said, here's a, formal tail coat from 1890 or 1938, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody wants to know what the guys are wearing, just look to Downton Abbey, because that's
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
See what folks are wearing then, but it should be fun. So.
Now, for people who want to attend the ball and get tickets, what's the best way to do that? Tickets in advance?
Yeah, so different ways. They can go to our website, which is gaymontana.org, and you can order tickets online that way. They can contact the center and call us at our number, 543-2224. And the board members have tickets that they're selling as well. There's different events that we're going to be having in the next week. So I think we're going to do the Drawworks, is that right? Drawworks?
Yes.
They're doing
Cheers for Charity.
Yeah, Cheers for Charity. And I say, what, Squares for? I don't know what it was, but one of them. But,
yeah, that's something.
And we're going to be selling tickets at that event. That's going to be on Tuesday, the
15th.
The 15th?
Yeah.
And then, and then we'll be selling tickets at the Badlander on Wednesday, their karaoke night. We'll be selling tickets there as well.
Okay.
So
Are they pricey? Did we mention the price? Is it $30?
Tickets for a single are $40.
Boring.
And if you buy for a couple or for two, then it's $60. So it comes down to like $30 a ticket. So,
Okay.
yeah.
But live music, silent auction, probably good food and drink and
Open bar.
and
Open bar.
No. Open bar. No.
I know.
I don't know, somehow we heard
I
that.
got money in my pocket.
I'm like, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe down the line. We will do it.
It is meant as a fundraiser.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a fundraiser. You can't be giving the booze away.
Right.
Yeah, and for folks that are for coming out of town, even though the Holiday Inn is downtown, but we do have a special rate at the Holiday Inn of $99 a night. So for folks that are out of town, we encourage them to stay there, and that way they don't have to be
Driving, those issues.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Right. But, and also good to know the Holiday Inn is on the major bus routes, easy to get there.
Absolutely.
And
do you have a poster to show?
Yes.
Yeah, hold it up. Oh, it's
Scott will
very
get it.
nice. Look at that. Beautiful.
It's really shiny. Yeah, to see it, try to catch it. Oh, and tell people where the Western Montana Center is and all that, the hours.
Yeah, we're located right downtown, and
Old J.C. Penney building. I always say that.
Yeah, so across the street from Pita Pit, and right next to the across the alley from the Catalyst. So it's the same building where Hot House Yoga and the Artist Studio is located.
Right.
So we're on the second floor in room 202. And right now, hours are kind of sporadic. We're looking for volunteers and hoping to have volunteers that can have the center open like in the evenings or the weekends. But there's usually some of us that are there like several times during the week. So that's things to call.
Ahead, yeah.
And get the hours.
Well, there's another opportunity to volunteer.
Yeah, definitely.
Go attend a ball, because who doesn't love a ball? And volunteer, help them keep the office over, and I think we're out of time.
Yeah, we gotta go, Scott said. So thank you so much. I don't know how long
thank
you've
you.
waited.
Good luck.
It's
I hope
great
you
that you waited to be on the show.
Thanks for having
And
me.
best of luck with the fundraiser too.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys 2 weeks hence. That'll be Monday, March the 21st.
Yep.
Until then, I'm Joel Baird
And I'm Kim Anderson.
for MCAT. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.